are live. Hey everybody, thank you for joining. I hope you're all doing very, very well. So we are live again. It's good to see everybody here. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to all my channel members, all my Patreon members, and to all the supporters of the show. Thank you all for being here. Tonight's topic is very simple, because I was thinking today, I was sitting there and I was wondering, what should the topic be about? And I was thinking, hey, Artemis is set to go off again for how much times? Do you really think it's going to happen? Well, I've set up a poll. I wanted to see if anybody's actually going to vote. There's already 22 votes. Will it finally take off into Narnia? So, yes, 38%, no, 64%. Yeah, I'm still sticking with no. It's set to go off on the 16th of November, I think, which is Wednesday. But they're probably going to have some issues again, or maybe it'll go up this time and just explode. You never know. Because will it ever happen? We never know. So, hi YouTube, thank you for coming. PJ Cruikshank, Alan Nortrand, Kevlar, Monkey Boy, thank you for being here. Fireball Ferret. Who else is here? Michael Khan, thank you, dude, for being here. Arwen, thank you. And Quantum Degreaser. I think that's everybody. Anyway, thank you all for coming. Really do appreciate you guys being here. It's great to see you. Just one heads up, I don't have my charger in my phone in the morning at the moment, and it's only on 50%. So I'm going to have to look at the time. If it hits like half an hour, I'm going to have to quickly rush to the room to get my charger, because my wife is using it in her phone. It's very low battery, and yeah, streams kind of take the battery life quite quickly. So if you see me run off in about 25 minutes, you know why. It's just to get my charger. Yeah, you guys can see they're using the members are using all the new emojis. Let me just go to the emojis and stick them in there and show. This is one of the perks that the members get. These emojis here. So if you really want to use them, you are more than welcome if you become a channel member. Thank you again all for coming. Hey Psych Bear, thank you for coming. Hope you're going to enjoy it with me as much as I am planning to do. So yeah, we're going to talk about Artemis today. I hope that we will get some people from you guys to actually come in and talk about it today as well. And I was even thinking we can sort of flat smack people on Omegle if you really wanted to. So hit me up on that. I'm going to put a Q&A. Should we flat smack Omegle? Hey PJ, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm good. I was just laughing to myself then. I forgot I wasn't. My mic wasn't. My mic was still on. I was just going to say I'd like to take the opportunity to say the past couple of nights you've had some brilliant guests. You had RV 2 nights ago. Then you had Brian Logic and I had Meekin yesterday. All brilliant guests, man. Brilliant.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah.
And excellent host, of course.
Thank you very much. I'm just very blessed and thankful for the guests that come on the show. Without the guests, there wouldn't really be much of a show, and without you guys, there wouldn't be a show. So, thank you. And Muman Ryder also, thank you for being here, and also Rado Brum. We need more space. Yeah, Narnia.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I was going to say maybe Artemis will overshoot and hit Jupiter or something. You never know. You know. we wish.
Yeah, Artemis. It still boggles my mind. Why does NASA use so much Greek gods and stuff on their programs? It's quite telling to you guys, don't you think?
Absolutely, hidden in plain sight, like we always say.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go to the screen. You can see my screen, right, PJ?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So guys, I checked it out, November the 16th on Space News. That is Wednesday apparently, I think, yeah. So NASA moving ahead with November the 16th, Artemis 1 launch attempt. How much attempts have these guys had so far, PJ? I think it's been quite a few. I mean, it's been since
definitely. I don't know how many attempts, to be honest. I haven't counted, but they've definitely gone a few times, haven't they?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's been since 2017 or 2019 or something that they've attempted. And they just keep having issues. You would think it would be easy to get the people back to the so-called moon if they've done it with tinfoil and paper mache.
Yeah, but they lost the technology and it's a pain to get it back, remember?
Astronomy. Welcome. That's what he says. Brilliant guests. They don't understand navigation at all, but talk like they do. Now you remove me as a moderator because I tell you how. Actually, no, I removed you as a moderator because I didn't even think I made you as a moderator. I'm just scared you're going to do something very. How can I put it? I don't trust you as a moderator. I don't trust any globe as a moderator. That's why I don't have globers as a moderator. So sorry, astronomy. It's not pathetic. It's just keeping that way because just now you're going to do what. Because I used to have globe moderators on, hence Roofy and whatever, but they go and actually block other people. That is not necessarily to do so. So sorry about that. If you don't like it, that's your problem. Ignite this firecracker already, Owen. Let's see, Moon Rider. They can't launch a rocket to the moon, but they can hit a meteorite millions of miles away, traveling at unheard of speeds with a rocket. Sounds right. Yeah, it sounds about right. That's exactly right. And I mean, did you guys see that? I mean, let's see if we can actually see how that footage worked. Crashing satellite into meteor. Into asteroid, guys. Sorry. Asteroid. Hey, Flat Sabbath. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. I mean, this was what they showed, guys. Is this supposedly real to you? Come on. There's nothing real about this. I mean, if they can get this right, apparently. Obviously, it was all CGI. They didn't show any real footage. Then why would you expect them to get this to go to the moon after what has been 5-6 years already that they're supposed to do this? Exactly. I love that. Let's do this emoji again. The laughing globe emoji. I love this laughing. My favorite is still the globe emoji, the ghost emoji, because that's just saying the globe is dead. Psych Bear, they probably will try and have it blown up because then they're going to play on people's emotions. It's just too unsafe to send people to the moon. It's just too unsafe. We have to go back to the drawing board and try again. Why? Because they have to keep the people emotionally attached to the narrative. That's how it works. But yeah. Did you actually see this happen? No, we couldn't see it because it was all just CGI. Anyway, let's go back. NASA moving ahead with November 16 Artemis 1 launch attempt. Let's see. Washington. NASA is moving ahead with the next Artemis 1 launch attempt on November 16 after finding no major repairs required to the Space Launch System and Orion from Hurricane Nicole. In a call with reporters November 11, Jim Free, NASA Associate Administrator for Exploration Systems Development, said technicians were working on minor issues caused by the storm's passage a day earlier, but nothing that could not be repaired in time for the current projected launch date of November the 16th during a 2-hour window that opens at 1:04 a.m. Eastern. Guys, maybe this is already showing a red flag that they might have said that little issue has become a big issue and therefore cannot launch. Hi, Max65, thank you for coming. Good to see you. Okay, so already we could say they might have an excuse, another back door to take out, that they won't need to launch it because those little issues now might have become a big issue, or maybe the weather's going to change again and therefore they cannot launch the rocket. Right now there's nothing preventing us from getting to the 16th, he said. We do have some work to do. But there's nothing preventing them from getting to the 16th. Great. That work, he said, includes cutting away some loose caulk, known as RTV, on the Orion launch abort system that isn't needed for flight. A rain cover in one SLS engine was torn and is being fixed, while water that pooled up in the crew access arm was removed. An umbilical leading from the launch tower to the Orion came off the tray and was replaced. Didn't the NASA building catch on fire? I don't know. When was this, Psych Bear? NASA building catch on fire. That's news to me. Caught on fire. Small fire breaks out in Artemis 1 moon rock. What? That was 2017. No, 22. This September, September the 23rd. Was this year? I didn't know that. That's something new. NASA's 1 moon rocket is launch pad safety last night. But yeah, this was before the last one that they said is going to happen anyway. So it was probably just a small, a small fire. There's always so much drama ahead with these guys. Moop, Rumor, and Romans, thank you for being here. They exchanged the truth about God for a lie and worshipped and served created things rather than a creator who is forever praised. I mean, exactly, Moop. That's why they call the thing Artemis. It's simply, yeah, it's a Greek god, the sister of Apollo. So, but we'll get to that still, guys. Yeah, old news. September is old news. But I didn't even know that, so thank you for that. Okay. He added that a tail surface mast unit that feeds liquid hydrogen into the SLS had an electrical umbilical that had some erratic signals that was being inspected. That wiring harness could be replaced if required. That could be their major issue, guys. That might just make them not actually launch on the 16th. Remember, like I said, they keep having to have excuses why they cannot launch. So when they do maybe eventually launch, they might just blow it up. Free spent much as a call explaining and defending the agency's decision to leave the SLS on the pad. He said there was a lengthy discussion about the forecast before deciding to roll out to the pad November the 4th. There were folks really thinking it's hard, but rolling out. He recalled, in the end, everyone agreed that we should roll out. By the time forecast showed the storm had strengthened, it was too late to roll back to the vehicle assembly building. In discussions November 6th, he said the earliest the vehicle could roll back was late November the 8th. The wind speeds then were predicted to be 35 knots, which is 65 kilometers an hour, sustained gusting up to 47, which is 74 kilometers an hour, he said, raising concerns about the loads on the vehicle as it moves back on the VAB. With the risk of moving the high winds, we decided to stay at the pad. Hey, Mr. Baldy Cats, thank you for joining. Good to see you. Daughter of Zeus and Leto. Yes, yeah, daughter of Zeus. Mythology is the twin sister of Apollo and goddess of the hunt and chastity. Owen, what do you mean, what is happening? I'm not really sure what you mean, what is happening. Anyway, they're talking about a storm, and however, we just want to see, are they really going to go? Keeping the vehicle on the pad, though, preserves the November 16 launch attempt, as well as backup date on November 19th. So you see, if they do not make it on the 16th, they have a backup to the 19th. So Free said NASA had also secured an additional launch date of November 25th, the last one available in the current launch period from the Federal Aviation Administration. So if it doesn't happen this month, guys, it's not happening this year. As simple as that. They should not call it Artemis, they should call it failure, because that's all they've been doing. There are a few problems to iron out, like who do they get to do the CGI? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So that was it actually with that. Let's go into Artemis. So, what is Artemis? It's a Greek goddess. A Greek religion, the goddess of wild animals, the hunt, the vegetation, and the chastity, and childbirth. She was identified by the Romans with Diana. Artemis was the daughter of Zeus and Leto, and the twin sister of Apollo. Among the rural populace, Artemis was the favorite goddess. Her character and function varied greatly from place to place, but apparently behind all forms lay the goddess of the wild nature, who danced usually accompanied by nymphs in mountains, forests, and marshes. Artemis embodied the sportsman's ideal, so besides killing game, she also protected it. Besides killing game, she also protected it. Wow, that's not contradictory at all. Especially the young. This was the Homeric significance of the little mistress of animals. The worship of Artemis probably flourished in Crete on the Greek mainland pre-Hellenic times. Many of Artemis' local cults, however, preserve traces of other deities, often with Greek names, suggesting that upon adopting her, the Greeks identified Artemis with nature divinities of their own. The virginal sister of Apollo is very different from many-breasted Artemis of Ephesus, for example. For Ephesus as well. So yeah, you guys just see it's got quite a hectic background to it. But it's odd that they keep using Artemis for this. So why do they use Artemis? Well, it's to reflect the feminist aspirations of the mission. NASA named the undertaking Artemis after the ancient Greek goddess of the name, the daughter of Zeus and later the twin sister of Apollo, god of the sun. Remember guys, these people are sun worshippers, heliocentrists. That's why they have so it's a fitting name to have it the daughter for the god of the sun, Helios. And people tell us it's not a religion. Yeah, I like to see how that's not a religion.
Flats.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little thing. No, Baldy Cats just wanted to know if he doesn't want to be a mod, but would you trust him as a mod?
I just modded him, so I think that answers his question. No,
yeah,
Mr. Baldy Cats, so. I'll trust more than the other guy. You see, the other guy, I don't really know. Baldy Cats, at least I know, and honestly, I trust him more than I would trust that other people.
Well, there he's got his answer then.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, Vaynard, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Sorry about Baldy Cat, Mr. Sensible. I was busy reading. Yeah, so I wasn't really concentrating there. Yeah, Owen, but definitely NASA is a blasphemous petty bunch of scam artists abusing the name of things way above their standards. Yeah, in the end of the day, it's all just got to do about sun worship. They literally pay homage to the sun god, Helios. That's what they're doing. Hey, Charlie Welsh, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. It's good to see you unblocked. Okay, so let's go to the next one. NASA Artemis rocket is a gigantic waste of money. Here, I 100% agree with that. You agree with that too, PJ, probably. I'm glad we don't spend any money on that because we don't have any tax to go to that. But shame. How much money have you got as the Americans spent for Artemis over these 5 or 6 years?
Sorry, yes, I do agree with that. I was doing a Michael again. And talking with the mic on.
Do a Michael.
Yeah, do a Michael. That's a good saying.
If you guys love your globe, here's a perfect emoji for you. But we love to laugh at the globe. So there we got the laughing globe. How about the globe is dead? The ghost. And then, obviously, just the sad globe. Because it lost its radius. Thanks, Bob. So yeah, guys, those are the emojis that we got for the new members. Hope you guys do enjoy them. Thank you, PJ, for supplying them. Charlie Wells, what the hell is a Omegle? Frankly, I haven't been on there yet, but it's apparently you can talk to people live, and I was thinking we can maybe go and flat smack people like that, if it really works out that way. If you guys do vote that to be. I don't know how safe it would be because I don't know if you get people on there. That's really weird. Yeah,
yeah. I think Simon Dan uses Omegle now and again to go on and say, the Earth's a globe. Prove me wrong, something like that.
Oh yeah.
I think he goes on with a sign saying, a written sign. He doesn't talk, and he just has a written sign. Well, I've seen it once before, and it's a written sign saying, the Earth is a globe. Prove me wrong. Something like that. So that'll be nice to do the opposite.
Yeah, I think I've seen some of them. Yeah. Let's see. Titan Long, thank you for coming. Globezoid. Thank you. New name, Globezoid. There's so much. There's so much Zoids out there, but yeah. No, Baldy Cats, you got it. Just that was that you're answering. So yeah, like we're saying, let's go back to the poll. Will it finally take off into Narnia? Yes, 28%, no, 72%. I'm still going to stick with no because I don't think it's ever going to go to a place that violates natural law. So anyway, yeah, NASA's Artemis rocket is a gigantic waste of money. The lunar mission is already years late and billions over budget. I wonder why. Meanwhile, private companies have been pushing boundaries in space travel for more than a decade. Okay, I'm not going to subscribe to this just to read the rest, but you get the gist of it. This is the Artemis movie. Let's see what they're saying. Artemis 1. I love the CGI they put up here. We are going. Oh. About the mission. Artemis 1. All eyes will be on the historic launch complex 39B when the Orion spacecraft and the Space Launch System SLS rocket lift off for the first time from NASA modernized Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Artemis, I will be the first. Does that really sound right? Artemis, I will be the first in the series of increasingly complex. Artemis 1. It looks like I. Artemis 1 will be the first in the series of increasingly complex missions to build a long-term human presence at the moon for decades to come. So they're already stating that the moon is physical, guys. But then again, yeah, they have said they've taken astronauts to the moon before, so obviously they need this to happen. But it's weird how we can't get anybody past low Earth orbit to even get there. They've been struggling for a very long time. Sixnip, thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. Dromost, thank you for coming. Thank you could make it. Okay. Let's see what the mission facts are. Launch date November 16th, 2022, which is Wednesday. Mission duration 25 days, 11 hours, 36 minutes. So it's almost a whole month. That's the mission duration. Total distance traveled. I like how they say total distance traveled. They haven't traveled, so how do you put travel? They should total distance to travel if it's going to be that way. 1.3 million miles. Wow. Re-entry speed 24,500 miles per hour, which is Mach 32. Splashdown December the 11th. They love the 11th. Have you guys realized that? 2022. Okay, so yeah, we're seeing that they do at least update this site, because last time it wasn't updated after that other scrub. This is the mission patch. Kind of looks very occultic with the triangle, and obviously the spheres around. A month of talking space and moon. A month of faking space and moon. Yeah, they definitely have to fake it. Let's see what they're gonna say here. YouTube. 3, 2, 1.
Mission liftoff.
Brilliant.
Artemis 1 will lift off from Launch Pad 39B at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida with 8.8 million pounds.
8.8 million pounds of thrust, guys. That's amazing.
Our Space Launch System.
Space Launch System rocket. The rocket is fueled by the imagination. Exactly, Kevlar. Definitely fueled by the imagination.
It's a big old firework, that, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Massive firework.
Saturn V rockets. So much power.
It'd be a lovely explosion if they had all different colours and that in there, though, wouldn't it? You know.
Yeah. I was actually thinking I want to do a video sometime, being a glober for a day, where I go and buy myself some NASA apparel.
That would be great fun, actually.
walk with a GoPro in the
You might
shop.
be able to sail the world in 80 days. Well, maybe do it in 80 minutes. You know what I mean? You could do something like that. That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do. If you guys want me to do that, let me know. Probably
That'd
be a
be
glober
cool.
for a day.
That'd be so cool. Yeah, that'd be brilliant. Yeah, well, I mean, you've got to have a bit of fantasy in your life, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. Hey, Dan the Waterman, thank you for being here. Hi, Flatzoid. I look how much effort is spent selling and maintaining space in the end. Yeah, definitely. It's a lot. Copy link address. Let's check it out. But it's true, PJ. United Nations Office of Outer Space Affairs. But no one actually, guys, I still don't understand how they can say outer space affairs when they can't send people across low Earth orbit. So it's not even in outer space. The United Nations Office of Outer Space Affairs, UNUSA, is an office of the UN Secretary that promotes, and sorry, my eyes are getting worse, I must say, I'm getting older. Promotes and facilitates peaceful international cooperation in outer space. It works to establish or strengthen the legal and regulatory frameworks for space activities and assist developing countries in using space science and technology. What the hell is space science? Science is science. Anyway, and technology for sustainable socio-economic development. The office was established in 1958 to assist and advise the ad hoc committee in the peaceful uses of outer space. COPUS, which was established by the UN General Assembly to discuss the scientific and legal aspects of exploring and using outer space to benefit mankind. How do you even use space, guys? It's just, yeah, space science of it. That's actually very funny. Have you done Omega a couple of times, Mr. Simple? That's quite cool. I haven't seen it yet. I should actually look it up. Okay, so the following year, I want to see where they're talking about the money. Let's go to the money. But I mean, they probably used a lot of money since it was assembled in 1957. I mean, so how much of billions of dollars have gone through that? I mean, they've had staff to pay, they've had everything, so obviously, so a lot of money gone into those programs. Hey Tony Whitcomb, good to see you, thank you for being here. The excuses are inexcusable. Yeah, it's all hope. Oh, there we go. Let's check. Copy link address. I just love how they say space science as if that's not some. Whoa. Well, let's try again. Copy link address. Is that working now? No. Doesn't want to work. Sorry, Dan the Waterman. Potentially dangerous. It doesn't want me to do it. So I'm definitely not going to try that again. It's not going anywhere. Yeah, Jess Palmer. It's just staying here. Good to see you guys. When I'm super bored, I watch a guy try some random talks to kids on Omegle in different characters. It's kind of funny. Look under the launching category. Okay, let's try that again. Launch. History. Mandate. Structure. Staff. References. Where do I find the launching category? Even space law. This should be interesting. Space law is the body of law governing space-related activities, encompassing both international and domestic agreements, rules and principles. Parameters of space law include space exploration, liability for damage, weapons use, rescue efforts, environmental preservation, information sharing, new technologies, and ethics are fields of law such as administrative law, intellectual property law, arms control law, insurance law, environmental law, criminal law, and commercial law are also integrated within this space law. Let's see, astronomy. You're not putting in a valid link, genius. It doesn't let me put in a valid link, astronomy. I copied and pasted it a few times. Hey, MC Scorpio, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Exactly, Vaynant. Money makes the world go round. All the jargon these guys have. Space law. Space science. Treaty. Guys, this also makes me think. If they have some kind of... Remember, the world is in so much war with each other, but they can have the Antarctic Treaty, the people you say, but then how do they have the Antarctic Treaty that they can all work together? But then how do they have this kind of treaty for space to work together? Yeah. Laundering money, yep. That's all it is. It's just a money-making show. Obviously, they do spend a lot of money, but the money they make in return is much, much greater than what they spend. Will it finally take off into Narnia? Out of 55 votes, yes, 29%, shame, delusional. No, 71%, definitely. Yummy Bagger, thank you for coming. The proper link opens just fine. Like I said, I'm copying the actual link. See? It's there. Ulaunch.com. Maybe. Wow. Why did it double put it on? Maybe that's why. There we go. Sorry guys, I put the HTTPS at the end of it again. So mission success. To the moon. Vulcan, the launch project caper. Vulcan. Ooh, commercial crew. Harness of potential space. Missions. Beautiful website, guys. Okay, let's learn more. United Launch Line enables advanced weather forecasting with launch of climate monitoring satellites for NOAA and NASA. The Vandenberg Space Force Base, California, November 10, 2022. That's a beautiful photo, by the way. Where can you open it? I want to see how it looks. Wow. Better than the one I used for my thumbnail, I have to say. Beautiful. But then again, that's for something else. Okay, so Mr. NASA low Earth orbit flight. So it's always low Earth orbit, guys. It's not actually into outer space. Heck, we have astronauts even telling us it's low Earth. Yes, Yoni Beggar, thank you. I figured it out because I didn't see it actually had the HTTPS at the end. People do make mistakes. Okay, Atlas V rocket delivered the JPSS-2 spacecraft to a sun-synchronous low Earth orbit. After delivering a JPSS-2 spacecraft, sequence burns by the central upper stage lowered the altitude of re-entry trajectory to deploy the lofted experiment. Once separated, Lofted re-entered Earth's atmosphere, deployed its parachute, and landed off the coast of Hawaii. This experiment demonstrated how an inflatable aeroshell or heat shield could deliver heavy payloads safely through the atmosphere to the surface of Earth and potentially other planets. Did they do these kind of testings when they sent people like Armstrong and them with Apollo missions to the moon? No. So why are they needing to test it again now? Charlie, that's quite hectic to say, but okay, I'll let you say it. Iron Horse evaded a Vulcan on the other night. Really? That's quite interesting. They are fixated on models. Exactly, very fixated on models. Don't really have any videos to show you guys tonight. But if you guys want to come in and actually chat, because it's literally just to hear your thoughts on, do you think they are going to go to the moon on the 16th of November, or once again scrub the mission like they did? Guys, I might have to quickly hop for 2 minutes just to go get my charger from my wife. Would you guys excuse me for 2 seconds? While we're doing that, maybe you can just look at this picture. Just look at that. PJ, would you be able to talk to them one-on-one quickly? It's like 2 seconds. If you don't mind. If you'll be able to. Thank you. Probably likes the bulls. People do like bulls. They are green. Tony Whitcomb. NASA has took... That's unbelievable money. That is unbelievable money. I mean, that's like in billions. But no, they don't make any money, guys. The sad thing is you guys are paying all that tax to them. Okay, guys, 2 seconds. Sorry, I am back. It's my take now.
You were really quick. I was about to say something. But you're really quick, so it's okay.
Yeah, I said 2 seconds.
Yeah. I was about to say something because it was just for the silence thing, but you were gone and back within seconds. So.
Hello. Sorry, yeah, no, I just had to. Literally trying to not to set everything up again. Let's do it like this so I can quickly just get it to. So yeah, my thing is still on in shipment. My webcam and my microphone. They said the 20 seconds, so is it trillions? Okay, yeah, trillions. Sorry, what come? Trillions. So it's definitely gonna come, but it's only coming on the 22nd, guys. Sorry about that. Okay. Is anybody interested to actually come and chat? If you want, I can send you the links for Discord and for Element. Element is definitely Element is more stable for me than you get with what can I say? I don't really use Gilded anymore. Do you use Gilded now, PJ? This is the Discord link if you guys want to come in Discord.
I've still got Gilded, but I don't tend to use it. I downloaded it onto the tablet and that when I got the tablet, but I haven't seen any use for it at the minute. So but it never worked for me on my phone. Maybe with the tablet it might, but on the phone it never worked very well. Discord worked better for me, but until Element came along, I mean Element's the best out of them all, I would say.
Yeah, Element to me is definitely well worth it, guys. If you haven't got Element already, there you go. It's on Matrix. You can just click there and you just click on the Element and download it. It is really well worth it. It's much more clear. This is what PJ and myself is talking on right now. Definitely, to me, it's the better choice. Sound is clearer. It's a very easy app to use. See you there. Thank you, Paul, for that emoji. I love it. A globe clown emoji. That's quite good. It's epic. Yeah, now I'm a believer. Thank you for coming. Quantum Grizzly, can any glober tell me how NASA stores all that fire inside a rocket? I think they have a bunch of fires going and suck up the fire up and pump in big tank inside. Sounds ridiculous to me. Okay. Now I'm a believer. Got a better chance of getting a winning lottery ticket every draw. So yeah, I don't even think it's going to go, guys. To be honest, I think this is just a money-making scam. That's all Artemis is, guys. I took an average of 50 million a day over 60 years, and they have to show is a microwave and a CGI cartoon. That is money well spent, yeah. Well, remember they do have a hangar at least, you know, with a nice prop there. So they're going to eventually say, oh, we need the space to create another program, so let's shoot it up, let it blow up, or yeah, let it sort of go into and then have complications and then end up in the ocean. That's practically how it works. It might explode.
I've just seen that. I've just seen that emoji that Paul's made up on Element. It's pretty good, actually, isn't it? He's made it himself.
Oh, he made it himself. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. When you just mentioned it there, I thought I'd have a look, and I had a look at it, and then see he's made it himself. It's really cool.
That's quite cool.
Bit of clip art.
Yeah, don't forget the $1 billion research into Velcro.
Yeah.
NASA get only 1.5%. That's less than 1 penny per dollar. Charlie Walsh. Yes, they only get 1% per dollar on tax, but they have funding as well. They don't just get tax, they get more than just that. How do you think they can actually afford everything? These guys literally think that it's just, they always take it's the same with Coriolis. When they want to say, oh, but we take it 15 degrees an hour, they ignore the rim velocity. Just like these guys, they take the 1 penny per dollar and they just leave the rest of all the fundings. They just don't see that. They need space to hoard all that money. Yeah, Probably that's why they're building underground tunnels and bunkers everywhere. And then a valve opens in the bottom of it and takes off. But still, that's a lot of fire compressed if they're to push it that first. So I did send the links out. Anybody interested to come and chat? Give your thoughts on, is Artemis 1 actually going to take off on the 16th of November? I don't think it's going to take off at this year or any time actually. So yes, no is definitely 69% after 64 votes, yes 31%. I have to be honest, I am kind of tired tonight after having these late evenings, and my daughter had me awake at 5:30 again this morning, so I didn't get much sleep. Downloading the Discord app, great Alan, great to see you. Then yeah, we can meet up in Discord, you can chat a bit. There is no footage of them putting the ISS together in Narnia. Into the break, good to see you. That's actually very true. Yes, you can see the so-called ISS up there. You can't really know what the actual altitude is because you are taking it based on its actual size, so you're giving it the angular size to the distance it's supposedly being. But it's so easier just to have a smaller craft at a lower altitude that has the apparent same angular size to that distance. It can be faked in so many ways. So yeah, there's definitely something up there, but is it where they claim to be? Nope, definitely not. Cannot have a tin can falling around in a violation of nature. Hopefully we're gonna get this up soon. Velcro was invented by George de Mestral, not to do with NASA. Well, remember, NASA used how much millions as well to work out zip ties for the rover, because why not? You need zip ties on a rover on Mars, don't you? That's crazy. Thank you, Tony Whitcomb. I'm glad you think that. I'm really enjoying this shows. I'm enjoying it so much because you guys are making it enjoyable for me. So thank you. Do you see a football field 275 miles away? No, you don't. But apparently with the ISS you can. But that's because it's angular size with the telescope. You'll be able to see it because you're looking through less atmo the higher it goes up apparently. So that's the excuse. Things don't really make sense on their globe, but they always have to make a story for it. But then again, thank you everybody for joining. If you haven't already, please just hit that like button if you do like the show. Even new ballers, you can hit the down button. It's for engagement. But do remember just to share the show, because if you do share the show, more audience gets to see it. Someone just said Velcro was invented by George. YouTube, yeah, it was Paul. You coming right, Alan? Hey, Dan the Waterman, how you doing? I see you in Discord. How you doing?
Hey. What Discord chat are we using? I'd like.
This is my live stream chat on my Discord channel, South.
Okay, good. I think I'm feeding that.
Yeah, you sound fine. I don't hear any feedback or anything. Or
it sounds good where I'm at.
I'm getting. I had a little bit of research moment, and I was looking up a lawsuit, and it had to do with someone suing someone over the Sophia program, and it had to do with the guts of Artemis, which are half the space shuttle and half the Antares program. And the Antares program, I think, blew up twice on the pad, and the last time they used it was in 2014, and they scrapped the program entirely. And I'm looking up the lawsuit, thinking to myself, if I think personally that the Hubble equipment is in a 747 that we call Sophia, and there was a lot of work to go into launching it with never launched, that the lawsuit would have to do with the company's expenses. In other words, lawsuits are an interesting route of what's going on. And one of the companies was really particularly upset because the rockets that were used in the Antares program were these leftover Russian things that were 40 years old, called NK-33 or M1 engines. And the U.S. government bought like 26 of them at $1.2 million. And they're kind of shitty. And they insisted upon using them to the point where they had to scrap the entire Antares rocket program and come up with new engines, which I guess they never really did, because this is just a modification. They have something called the A-20 now, which is a modification of these old M1s, I think. But it was interesting to follow the monies, and that's where all those agencies I brought up came. And it's just a mess. It's just a mess of bureaucracy. And that's now how I understand why these other space programs are, because they didn't have the bureaucracy of paying these companies for their past efforts. So what's happening is these companies are getting rewarded with new contracts to cover some of their research and development of their program. And that was interesting to note how many company names there were involved. So I'm just going to throw a bunch of links in here, as it was just fascinating how many company names there were and how many job titles there were and how we didn't really know these names. Plus they kept buying each other. Is orbital.com is now owned by Northrop Grumman. And it was just interesting to really look, like, follow the money, follow the money. And going back to early documents with the CIA, the NRO, and NASA in 1958. And then also with something now called the USRA, which basically starts dividing some of the monies against the military program.
Sure.
So lawsuits are interesting because, like, a lot of stuff comes through. A lot of wording, a lot of agencies, a lot of stuff we didn't know.
Yeah, because they have to have actual evidence coming out there, so they can't just screw up the truth.
And like in a criminal case where somebody might be paid off, let's say a family is paid off, in some case in a settlement, these things only come to cases in court when they're not happy with the settlement. So some interesting facts, some interesting agencies in here. And it turns out that the 100% successful space program is under the name United Launch Alliance, which has 150 successful missions with 100% success rate and no problem with funding, because they're a CIA agency and they get funding outside of U.S. Congress.
Wow.
So money, 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 money.
Money makes the world go round. Literally.
And it turns out that, unfortunately, a company like GE that makes, General Electric used to sing their little song on TV here. GE, we bring good things to life. Yeah. And since that time, they're almost the sole manufacturer of all the nuclear plants that are around the country. The Mark I reactor is a GE product. It's been out of warranty for 20 years. It's lasted 45 years. They were all supposed to last 25. They're all pieces of crap. They don't know what to do with them. And GE is the same people that make nuclear bombs and engines for all of these aircrafts, which are buried in overruns and overruns and overruns, which they've learned is a technique now. Is if they get the project going, the U.S. government can't stop it because it's embedded in our stupid economy. The military-industrial complex is running our economy.
Yep.
Disaster.
Well, it's all the weaponizing. That's all it does.
And this piece of shit Frankenstein will never get off the ground. No
That's
way.
what I said.
It's way too dangerous. If it does.
That's what I said.
Thing is just way dangerous. Everyone says it.
That's why I said that.
The fact that it's even on the launch pad is amazing.
But that's what I said. They keep making excuses. It's go for launch, and then all of a sudden there's issues. But there's a reason for that. Like I said, they want to keep the people emotionally attached to it. So when they do eventually somehow let it go off, then it explodes like the the Apollo rockets. I mean, they want to keep the people emotionally attached and say, "Oh, it's a sad day. We've lost some more astronauts on the rocket, so therefore it's too dangerous. We have to postpone it another 10 to 20 years or whatever, so the people can get over the heart sore, and then we have to create better technologies again, so straight from scratch again." It's all just a cycle. That's all they do. Hey Rob Keen, good to see you. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, can I just ask you, do you know the launch time?
Sorry? The law of?
Do you know what the launch time is?
Oh, launch time. Let's go and check. I didn't even actually check. All I checked was the date. They said 1:04 a.m. Eastern. That's when the during the 2-hour window. So it's anything from 1:04 a.m. Eastern.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
I'm just here listening. I'll jump in when I can. I'm working.
Ah, okay. But it's good to see you, Rob. But you also think they're not going to launch though?
So I started
I
to
don't
look at
think it's going anywhere.
some early documents, and what we call national security here. And national security has been getting every image that's ever come out of high altitude stuff, and they filter it first. And for us to think that stuff gets to the public is outrageous, because there's time to wrap data on a ball. They've been doing it from day one.
Yeah.
National security's been wrapping all data onto the ball for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. I mean, you can see it through every agency that's going on. That's how they work. That's all.
There's some really cool documents out of early pressure that the CIA and the National Reconnaissance Office were putting pressure on the NASA program to run their satellites. And with one doc, they were saying that they were already paid. Like, we paid for it, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't you worry about it. Yeah. Hey Gary, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Yeah. No, but it's how they roll.
Yeah, this thing will never get off. It just won't.
There I see. Paul put a link for that Velcro, the article. This article is about company for the type of fastener originally painted it by Velcro. Velcro, officially known as Velcro IP Holdings LLC and trading as Velcro Companies, is a British privately held company founded by Swiss electrical engineer George de Mestral. If I say that right, in the 1950s, is the original manufacturer of the hook and loop fasteners, which de Mestral invented. So yeah, he invented Velcro, guys. George de Mestral. But they still had to use billions of dollars to do Velcro. How the hell do you experiment on Velcro? It's simply just it's hooking into each other to hold each other. That's Velcro. It's sad. Quantum Debuser, Dan the Waterman, how can cameras even work in space anyway if light is just a different frequency of sound?
Oh, I wouldn't know about that. Gravity?
Have you heard of gravity? They love that.
Refraction?
Refraction? Professor Phil Bell. Does it make any difference to flat earthers if Artemis launches or not? I can't understand why it's even a topic of conversation. Won't you be saying it goes into the ocean as you usually do? Professor Bell, we're talking about it because we laugh at the gullibleness of you guys. That's why we talk about it. It's literally to show you guys how...
Talking about it also because they're lying to us. So I mean, it's important that they're lying to us. It's not good that they're lying to us. So it's important to get the truth out there. Surely.
Yeah, I mean, you get the normal people that don't actually know this information. So
exactly.
We're not here for the anti-flat earthers. We're here for the normal globe believers.
Exactly.
So yeah, if they do see it and they see us laughing about it, they're gonna think, what the hell, these guys are so arrogant, let's go on. Then they'll come on and then they'll see, but yeah, the information is correct, so why is this actually as it is? If it's supposed to be true, it should work.
Yeah, they should know. They do the same with us. If we deny gravity, they'll laugh at us. Do you know what I mean? So they should know exactly what it's like.
Yeah, but you see, their problem is they like to take gravity that's only globe-based and stick it onto flat Earth. And then say,
onto a flat Earth.
Yeah,
totally
trying to make it algorithm proof. Trying to make it
Yeah.
algorithm proof on a flat Earth, but it's got nothing to do with the flat Earth.
Exactly. Just take all the alleged science from globe, stick it on flat Earth, and think it's going to work. Find this through space. You know.
It's. But then again, guys, this is again calling out Mr. Professor, not the Professor Dave, and Simon Dan. If you guys would like to debate someone, I'm here. You guys can actually debate someone that actually likes to debate and not have scripts and push dumb, idiotic flat Earth society models. So yeah, we are actual flat earthers that do want to actually debate. You guys can actually team up 2-on-1 against me if you really want to, if that's going to help you guys feel better. So yeah, not a Professor Dave and Simon Dan. Hello, I'm here. Come test your knowledge on me, come on. What do you have to lose? I'm just some dumb flat earther, remember? What you so scared about? Hey, Wiz 777, thank you for coming. Good to see you. But it really makes me think, why are they too scared to debate me? What would be the reason? I mean, they're both supposed to be this brilliant, knowledgeable people on science and physics, and yet they won't come and take some yet dumb flat earth on with a debate. But they'll go against someone like David Weiss, who just doesn't actually know how to debate and actually just spews a flat earth society model, and he tries to do their burden of proof and just embarrasses himself, and therefore tries to make everybody else look embarrassed. It's really sad, actually. Professional Phil Bell. Normal people are anticipating the launch. There have been several craft land in the moon since NASA stopped in nights. No, nothing's went to the moon, Professor Dave. Professor Phil. Can you actually provide us with any evidence it has, instead of just have your fantasy fairy tales of gravity doing anything to gas? Philly B, haha, isn't that sweet? Deep down they know they are charlatans. Yep, Vaynant, that's true. Dan the Waterman, great article on the NASA whistleblower that got killed for speaking up. Wow, yeah, let's go. Copy link address, let's go check that out. Am I actually showing? But before we go on, Face Reality, hey, thank you for being here. Thank you for the super chat, $5 super chat. Space is real. I saw it on TV. How else would they film Captain Marvel? Yeah, or Superman. I mean, I used to the Green Lantern. I mean, he was flew in space. So obviously, space has to be real. Thank you, Face Reality, for the $5 super chat. You are awesome. Tony Whitcomb, astronomy. That's a lie. It varies. Don't be a liar. Tony Whitcomb and astronomy. If you guys want to, you can always come into my chat and have a discussion, a little debate, if you so call. More than happy to facilitate that for you guys. Dave's seen it on TV, Ellen. Yep, Dave's seen it on TV. I'm in that page, Dan. Biography of Thomas Barron. Thomas Ronald Barron was a quality control inspector for North American Aviation, NAA, the company responsible for building the command module. Barron's activities after the Polo 1 fire are interpreted by conspiracies as support for a conspiracy. Mr. Barron started working for NAA in September 1965 and was assigned as an inspector at the Kennedy Space Center, the launch site, in late 1966. Barron presented to NASA officials a 58-page report alleging improper action, discrepancies, failures, and other irregularities he had witnessed. To the KC officials noticed NAA managers who met with Barron to address his concerns. The senior quality control officer of NAA attended this meeting. They found that some of Barron's criticism had merit, but the rest of his report was inapplicable or unfounded for a variety of reasons. Maybe I need to just get this a bit bigger, sorry. Let's carry on. Barron, apparently displeased with NASA and NAA's response, leaked his report to the media. This angered NAA officials, who fired him in the late 1960s. 66, NAA also issued a public response to his report. On his own, Mr. Barron began to assemble more through report, about 500 pages long according to Barron, in which he apparently hoped to document his charges of safety violations. After the Apollo 1 fire, he delivered his report to the congressional committees investigating the incident. He also testifies before the subcommittee headed by Olan Tiger. Shortly after the committee rendered its finding, Thomas Barron and his family were killed when their car was struck by a train. How do you get your car just struck by a train? That's really dodgy. I mean, if it was just a bursting tire and it rolled just but struck by a train, they made sure they died. Thomas Barron's report was especially damning to NASA. If anything, it was especially damning to North America and to NASA. The 58-page report, which has survived, does not bring any allegations against NASA. Therefore, it's unsupportable to assume that longer report, which has not survived, necessarily will have. The investigation after the fire pitted North America against NASA. If either one of them appeared clearly at fault, the other would likely be exonerated. NASA charged that NAA had been negligent in building the spacecraft and filling it with flammable items. Now, why would they do that? NAA charged the NASA demanded far too many charges in the design without giving NAA time to accommodate them, and unsafely operated the spacecraft with a high-pressure oxygen environment, and that the flammable items had been demanded by NASA astronauts and therefore could not be easily refused. Wow. Where was that now? That's really... quite literal, nothing has been debunked about the heliocentric model. Astronomy, a lot has been debunked about it. The fact that the heliocentric model debunks itself is enough evidence. I mean, it contradicts itself left, right, and center. The 500-page report written by Thomas Barron mysteriously disappeared after his death. NASA probably destroyed it. Very interesting stuff. Guys, if you want to, he did put the link in. If you want to go and read it, because it's quite a long article to read. But I think it's very dodgy that this would come to light. Hey PJ, thank you for the £5 super chat. Really do appreciate it. Face reality, I think Captain Marvel was filmed in another part of the multiverse. Not sure though. That's actually a good point, yeah. Because there's so much multiverses in the heliocentric model. They keep... But it's amazing how these days with all the movies, they're actually starting to bring all the dimensions together. That's why they got Spider-Man in the multiverse. Okay, let's go. 78 votes. Will it finally take off into Narnia? Yes, 31%. No, 69%. Definitely, from my part, it's a no. Never will. Andrew Johnson, Derek Nelson, have you heard of gravity? Gravity, gravity. Yes, we've all heard of it, but have you ever presented gravity? Andrew, have you ever validated it? Have you ever shown us your so-called scientific evidence for it? There is not even a hypothesis for gravity, for Pete's sakes. Come on. YouTube, good luck flying a plane in different latitudes on a globe. You wouldn't be able to land again unless you went back to the same latitude. Yeah, because it keeps changing. I mean, if the movement and the tilt, you would have the difference. But then again, they're saying conservation of angular momentum. Professor Phil Bell, a Titan long. What about the flat Earth map has one of those? Okay. Hey, Derek Nelson, good to see you. Thank you for coming. I have heard of gravity, where globers don't understand the seriousness of the situation. Now you have people going on. I think I'm going to do this. I have to, because there was a I think it's in my history. Just have to do this quickly. Let's see, where is it? It was a video today from, yes, FE peer review. Is it showing? Okay. Thank you, FE peer review, for this video, but it's in response to Raichi, guys. Where he's literally saying, we're getting it wrong. Because I actually have done a video series on this, which is going out in December, by the way. So you're not going to be able to see it now. It's a 2-part series, so do stay tuned for that. Based on the video that Raichi was actually replying to this. But you must listen to the word salad, the actual mental gymnastics he has to go through.
This is FE peer review. The date is November 11th, 2022. This is a brief response to Raichi on the subject of clear communications.
Hey, Exposed Antarctica, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it.
A week ago, I made a video called Gravity
I think I'm going to have to download this video again. You know how it works.
Is what?
Because it just seems to buffer with me all the time. Okay, let me do it. Download. There we go. Okay. So you're gonna see the mental gymnastics that he had to come through to try and explain gravity is only seen as a force in Newtonian, and we have to listen to the grammar because it's not actually a force in Newtonian. In Einsteinian gravity, and he's trying to work out a way to mesh them together to say it still means the same thing. He's just explaining it differently. Epic. Okay.
This is FE peer review. The date is November 11th, 2020. Called Gravity Is What It Is. And in that video, I made mention of Raichi. She has, in turn, made a video in response. Raichi, by the way, if in the future you should want to make a response to one of my videos, please don't hesitate to come by my video and leave a comment and let me know that you've made one.
Yeah. Because you didn't realize she's had one all this time, so she actually has to go and tell you she made one. Okay.
Happy that you do. Also, feel free to post a link. Now, I know sometimes YouTube gets fussy with links, so if there's any problem with the link, just let me know and I'll post the link myself.
Yeah, we've all seen that. The links do definitely sometimes have problems with links on YouTube. They like taking them down, or I don't know. You just can't really post links on YouTube for some odd reason.
So Raichi made a response, and having watched her video and read most of her comments and most of the other comments on that video, I feel the need to clarify a couple of points. So I'm going to go back now.
Yeah.
At around the 2:40 mark in my video, I said All these people who keep repeating gravity is not a force are misquoting.
Not misquoting anything. It literally says there. Gravity is most accurately described by general theory of relativity proposed by Albert Einstein, which describes gravity not as a force, but the curvature of space. That means it's not a force, it's literally the curvature of space-time caused by the uneven distribution of mass and causing masses to move along a geodesic line. Newtonian has got nothing to do with that. Newtonian is simply mass attracts mass, the force of gravity. This is not force. It's not, you can't put them together. But listen how he tries to put them together, guys.
And I was referring specifically to the highlighted Wikipedia entry here. By, quote, all these people, I meant specifically people who point to this specific Wikipedia quote highlighted. Anthony Riley is one of these. The first time I ever heard relative density disequilibrium mentioned was by Anthony Riley.
And just because he's the first one that you heard it from, therefore it doesn't exist. Relative density disequilibrium as hypothesis and experiment, and it's been validated. Gravity, what has gravity had? Gravity doesn't even have an hypothesis to be able to do an experiment to validate. Hence why gravity, no one even knows what gravity is and why it keeps changing. So instead of pushing pseudoscience, maybe get into truth and actually proper science.
And in that same video, he specifically pointed to this Wikipedia quote, the part I highlighted. This was about 2.5 years ago, I think. Well, I've gone back to Riley's page now, Riley's channel, and the older videos are gone. There's nothing older than a year, so whatever.
Yeah, his channel was taken down because of strikes.
Video that I saw is no longer up, apparently. However, there is another video by him in which he uses that quote. It's actually not exactly the same quote, but the important parts are the same. I think what he may have done, which is a good thing, is found the original source for the Wikipedia article. And he has provided a link to that source, which I want to say thank you very much, Anthony. That's very helpful.
Yeah.
It's Caltech University and somebody by the name of Beckenstein at Caltech University. So the quote that Anthony...
So guys, you can already see it. It literally says gravity is not a force. It's in big bold letters. Einstein came up with the theory of general relativity, which we just read, which is the concept of gravitation, not as a force. As a force, not as a force. As a force, not, well there it says not as a force, but if you had to take that as Newton, it would be as a force. Einstein, not as a force. So Brian Cox, there isn't really a force. Yes, because he's trying to explain it as a fictitious force because of the bending of curvature space-time. That's what he's saying. He's saying it's not really attracting each other. We're just appearing to see them attract each other. That's what it means, because it's not actually a force. Newtonian is literally a force. Einstein, it is not a force. You cannot conglomerate the two because they mean two different things.
Has up on his screen says general relativity's crucial ingredient is the concept of gravitation, not as a force, but as a manifestation of the curvature of space-time.
Mm-hmm.
So the subject of my original video was grammar. It was the meaning of the phrase not as a force, as opposed to a phrase not a force.
Yeah, guys, listen to this mental gymnastics here.
Two different meanings, not as a force or not a force. That was the point of my original video, and that seems to have gone over a lot of people's heads. The quote does not say that gravity is not a force. As I tried to explain in my video, all it says is that Einstein explained gravity in a different way.
Not as a force, guys. You just heard him say this, right?
Not to this specific Wikipedia quote.
Not as a force. Which describes gravity not as a force. That's literally plain in your face. which describes gravity not as a force. So gravity is not a force. Can you even read? It even tells you what it is. Curvature of space-time, which is caused by the uneven distribution of mass, and that causes the mass to move along the geodesic lines. You know, your space is flat, and you have the masses on that flat space, and because they are curving...
excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me. The uneven distribution of what?
Yeah, of mass.
Can you define mass for me, please?
I can't, sorry. It's not my burden to bear. I'm just simply reading out what they are pushing.
Yep. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, just have to reiterate, everybody, I don't say this, okay, this nonsense. I'm just simply pointing out their model and how they contradict each other. So, yeah, please, anybody, actually, do go and define what mass is, please. Okay, but let's go back to where he was, yeah.
A quote, and the quote we see on the screen here, does not say what some people seem to think it says. So I would discourage people from referring to it, the Wikipedia quote, the quote we see on the screen here, if they're trying to make a point that gravity is not a force. If you want to make a point that gravity is not a force, go to sources that say gravity is not a force.
These links do say gravity is not a force. That's what it says. Not as a force, but as a manifestation of curvature of space. It's literally telling you it's not a force, and then it's saying the reason.
Okay, please.
Yeah.
George Musser, Scientific American.
It's not a force, but we can think of it as a force. Contradiction overload. Remember, so what did he say? It broke the wand in two. It was superseded. That means it took the old and replaced it. That's what superseded means. It doesn't mean it's validating what it was. It means it's thrown it away. It is wrong. And by the way, guys, you might want to stick to that, look up for that part 1 and part 2 series I was talking about with this, because I literally give citations where it says Newton is wrong. Full stop. Citation. Newtonian gravity is wrong. So do stick up for that, guys. It's coming in December.
Don't go to sources that say described not as a force but as. That means something else.
Andrew Johnson, Flatzoids perspective. Why do you use something you don't believe in relativity to disprove something? I'm using your guys' narrative. I'm showing you gravity debunks its own narrative of gravity because you keep changing it. You got two different mechanisms for the same effect.
In English.
Where do you see the effect?
Sorry? Hey, Broken Curves, how's it going? Yeah, we don't even see the effect. That's the truth. We see things falling, and then because we see things falling, they have their belief that it has to be gravity. Because they build their foundation. If we don't have it, things pulling us to the ground, we'll be flying off their spinning space testicle. Very simple stuff.
Well, we kind of see things going in all directions, right? Like,
yeah, definitely.
down's just one of them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's no such thing as a down bias, that's for sure. It simply just follows the density. I mean, if you're picking up something and you're putting energy into the system, why would you expect it to go up further if you let it go? That would be going against the first law of thermodynamics. Energy cannot be created, can only be transferred or cannot be destroyed. Sean Hawkins, why doesn't the flat earth atmosphere obey the second... First of all, flat earth doesn't have an... Oh, he said Atmos plane, that's nice. Obey the second law of thermodynamics. It hasn't filled the container like the earth is say it must. No, Sean Hawkins, You have gas pressure, therefore you have containment. Remember, gas pressure gradient comes after containment. Very simple stuff. Oh, yeah, while we're on that, I'm gonna go on with this video quickly, but I just have to show you something on YouTube again, where I think it was just Jesse or something, where he actually showed this, guys, in containment. Pressure gradients. I don't know if I can find it now, man. Is it this? No, it's not that guy. From JC, sorry, it's from JC, not just JC. I don't know if we're gonna find it because he doesn't have such a big channel there. Sorry guys, don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it. We'll just carry on with this now, and then if I do find it, then I'll play it for you. But anyway, it's got to do with, he actually does a demonstration where he tries to show in a fish tank how light refracts, and without him knowing, he's actually showing pressure gradients in a container. Yeah, odd because they claim you cannot have that in a container, but you have a globe actually demonstrating it.
Trying to say, go to a good source. Back to my notes. I'm not personally arguing that gravity is or isn't a force. That is a different subject. So I'll take this opportunity now to point out two more things. First, in no place in my video did I state whether I personally think gravity is or isn't a force. Nowhere.
Yes, so we can go home now, guys. He's actually trying to, he's not making a claim that gravity is or isn't a force. So he doesn't actually believe in gravity, if that's what you take it. Do you guys in Discord also agree with that? If he's saying that, then why would he even be fighting for gravity? If he's not actually stating if he actually believes it a force or not to be a force. I mean,
it seems like he hasn't made up his own mind, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think he knows it's not proven, and that's why he's trying to
do the word salad thing.
Yeah, he's got to try and lie to himself that gravity has to exist, even though it contradicts itself.
Aye.
That's how I see it.
If you don't believe that, Rachie, and this is addressed specifically to you, if you don't believe that, then you'll need to go back and watch it. The closest I came to saying something that might be misconstrued as that is at 4 minutes 40 seconds. I said, within Newtonian physics, which is a qualifying phrase, within Newtonian physics, gravity is indeed a force. I explicitly made it clear I was talking about Newtonian physics.
So he's actually contradicting himself, because remember earlier he said that you can is not, you must remember the grammar. The one is not taking the other one away. The one is a force and the one is not a force. He's saying you must see how they state it. So it's not actually saying it's not a force. But now he's going against that and saying in Newtonian physics gravity is a force. So he's kind of contradicting himself again by saying now just based in Newtonian physics it is a force. So he's conceding that Einsteinian gravity, it's not a force. So he's just thrown his whole argument away that he's given for 6 minutes. I mean, really, don't these guys think before they actually post anything?
Note, this is, and that's not my opinion, that's just my description of Newtonian physics. It's not my opinion about it, it's my best attempt at describing Newtonian physics. I explicitly made it clear I was talking about Newtonian physics. Note, this is exactly the same kind of qualifying phrase that your guys use in the video. I'm referring, Rachie, to your video now, and we're going to look at those clips. So we'll go to 431. According to the general theory of relativity, gravity is not a force. He starts that sentence with an explicit qualifying phrase, according to the general theory of relativity. That is the context he's referring to.
Yes, and the theory of relativity has superseded Newtonian gravity. You understand that? It's very simple stuff. Newtonian gravity is a force. General relativity is not a force. It is superseded by it. It is wrong. It doesn't exist. It means it is invalidated. Remember? That's how it works on your pseudoscience. If a new theory comes along that is validated, it therefore invalidates the previous. Therefore, Newton as a force is invalidated based on your Newtonian pseudoscience.
Just as I used the same type of qualifying phrase within Newtonian physics, gravity is indeed a force. He's saying context, general relativity, gravity not a force.
No, it's not in context. It's simply general relativity says gravity is not a force. It's a bending of curvature and space-time by the uneven distribution of mass following the geodesic path. That's it. That's the cause. That he's literally saying it's not a force, and this is the reason that it's not a force. So this is wrong. Are you saying Einstein is wrong, or are you saying Newton is wrong? You have to choose which one you choose, because it can't be both. It has to be one or the other. It's like having a magnet, the South Pole and the North Pole. You either have the one and the other one. You cannot have them both at the same time doing the same thing. You understand? Yeah.
I'm saying context. Within Newtonian physics, gravity is a force. Now let's go to 456. Sabine Hossenfelder says, Einstein's theory of general relativity tells us that the effect we call gravity is different from normal forces. Again, she's providing a context, a specific, explicit context. Einstein's theory of general relativity tells us. So within that context, gravity is different from what she calls normal forces.
Now you're saying that it is just a context again? No. It's a force or it's not a force. It's very simple stuff. This is what I say, guys. He's just trying to make some word salad to try and gel the two together. It just doesn't make sense. It's like going into a shopping center with a golf cart and saying, this golf cart is my trolley.
Reminder.
They both can carry stuff, but the one drives itself, the other one you have to push. You see? They both do the same effect. They both carry stuff. But the one is definitely made to carry. The other one is not made to carry groceries. It's made to carry golf clubs. But he's seeing it as they're the same thing. Just the context makes it the same. Yeah.
I use the same type of qualifying phrase. I provided a context within Newtonian physics. Now let's look at 607. In old school physics, gravity is a force pulling down objects. I think we can assume by old school he is referring to Newton.
Newton, classical mechanics, yeah.
But if we trust general relativity, gravity isn't a force.
Whoa. Did you just say trust general relativity? So since when is science over trust? That makes it not science. You don't trust science. Science is just validation. Full stop. There's no such thing as trust when it comes to science. See why we're saying you guys only have pseudoscience? Because you guys have trust and faith.
Again, he starts that with a qualifying phrase. If we trust general relativity, he's talking about context. General relativity, gravity not a force. Old school context, gravity is a force. In all three of the above examples, your science communicators explicitly state that they are talking within the context of general relativity, and they made that explicit in the same way I made it explicit that I was talking about Newtonian physics.
Einstein showed that Newton was wrong about gravity. Now scientists are coming for Einstein. Should we even go on? No, I'm not even going to go on because I'm going to leave that for where I show it. But anyway, Einstein showed Newton was wrong about gravity. What was Einstein? General relativity. What was Newton? Force. Force? Not force. It was wrong. Not about context.
Certain they will say yes.
Yes, because it does describe it a force, because that's what Newtonian gravity is. It's a force of mass attracting mass. It's the acceleration of mass towards another mass. That's what Newtonian gravity is. But then you have Einstein, which came with general relativity, which says it is wrong. It's not a force, it's the bending of space and time because of the uneven distribution of the mass. Therefore, not a force. It was shown wrong. You either accept it was not shown wrong or you accept it was shown wrong. Which one is it? Can't have them both.
I understand that Sabine Hossenfelder is somewhat approachable. Rachel, if you really wanted to look into this a little more deeply, you might consider writing her an email. It might say something like, I saw your video, and in the video at this point you said Einstein's theory of general relativity tells us.
Yes, exactly, Fatty's First. Newton's force of gravity also acts instantaneously, but at least it weakens as you get further away from an object. So it still has spatial qualities. George Musser. Yeah.
That the effect we call gravity is different from normal forces. Ms. Hossenfelder, would you say that Newton's physics describes gravity as a force?
Newton didn't know Einstein. Newton described it as a force. That's why it is called the theory of gravity as a force. Newtonian gravity. Einstein wasn't even born yet. So why would he even take it in context of general relativity? Because it wasn't created way after he was dead. Do you get that? Yeah.
That leaves it as a simple yes or no question that I think is not a leading question in any way. If you've got some other way.
Not a leading question. It's like going to ask Noah. Noah, would you believe that Nelson Mandela would be the president of South Africa? How would he know that? He doesn't know who Nelson Mandela is. He doesn't even know what South Africa is because he wasn't born there. Newton wasn't alive when Einstein was around. Einstein wasn't close to being born when Newton was around. Do you get the issue here?
Want to ask the question, that's fine, of course. If you do this at all, I'd appreciate it. If you don't, that's all right. But I think I'm tempted to write an email to her myself and just see if I get a response. I think I will. And if I do get a response, I will be sure to share that in a short video. I don't normally engage in a lot of back and forth in my videos. I don't plan to here either, but I will put that response up if I get one. And I'm going to be pretty thoroughly buried in other more interesting, frankly more interesting projects for the next 6 weeks till the end of the year. Again, doing a bit of traveling, which will be nice.
Yeah, so guys, that's all just practically what he's doing. He's just trying to say you must take it in context, so therefore gravity. I mean, really, what is he actually showing here? Am I misreading this, Rob, or PJ, or is it? I don't know. I don't know if I'm misreading this. I don't think.
No, it sounds like you're reading it all right to me.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I mean, it just literally sounds like he's just trying to say it's in context, so therefore it has to still be a force. Just because Einsteinian says it's not a force, so therefore he's not saying it's not a force. That's practically what he's trying to say. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Let's see what the polls are saying. It will finally launch into Narnia. Let's see. Will it finally take off into Narnia? Out of 94 votes, yes 29%, no 71%. Yeah, we've clearly shown that it's definitely not going to take off. So I know for a fact it's definitely not going to take off Wednesday. And if it does, it's going to explode. Why? Because then it's playing on people's emotions and saying, it's too dangerous, we cannot do it, we have to go back to the drawing board. Because that's how it works. Monkey Boy, no, you made the claim. Now explain it here. Yeah, Atomic makes a lot of claims it doesn't explain. So Andrew Johnson, Flatzoids perspective. Why are you citing something that gives the appearance of mass attracting mass? Relativity has proved that we don't see mass attracting mass, gravity. Andrew, do you see the contradiction in your own statement there? Mass? What is mass? As Rob says, what is mass, Andrew? Can you please define mass for us? Hi Jeff, Gashead, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Is there a video? Let's see. Copy link address. Another YouTube video I might have to download. Oops, something went wrong. It doesn't seem to work. It wants to take me to YouTube Studio anyway. Why? Copy link address. Maybe I can copy it this way. There we go. That should work. There we go. That works. Just muting it in case. Oh, it's Michael Kahn. Yeah. Guys, if you haven't already, Michael Kahn, do subscribe to his channel. Woo! Tony Sarusi. Okay, yeah, very good video. Guys, do watch it out. Someone repost it back in the chat for you guys. There we go. It's the Jesuits erasing our flat earth. I don't wonder if we can find anything out about Artemis still. I don't think so. There's not much to say about Artemis. Artemis 1 launch 16. Let's see. Upcoming Artemis launch update 4 hours ago. Let's see what he has to say. If it's going to work.
What?
What? Yeah, it's not going to work though. Okay, let's see.
Massive next generation moon rocket. His face with the
Next generation rocket. Artemis 1 launch update.
most incredible test to date. The Artemis 1 SLS
Artemis 1 SLS rocket. That's on 360, so bad.
rocket was scheduled to launch November 14th, taking off in the early morning hours.
Wow. Yeah, I think they'd say what they say 1:04 a.m. now on the 16th, guys. If you haven't noticed, the SLS rocket update. One thing that I have to say is really brilliant about this whole project is check that hangar. It's a beautiful hangar, really a marvel.
But
I don't really care about that thing because that thing's just gonna explode anyway. Leftover space shuttle junk, exactly. Flatzoids perspective. I just figured out the lie. Why is the moon the only planet that has a shadow, yet all the other planets don't have a shadow from the sun? In game right there. That's actually a very good point there, Tony. I never thought about that. Why is it only the moon's got a shadow? Obviously, let's actually see that. Planets' shadows. But the planets... Don't the planets have a so-called... They do have shadows apparently, you see? Apparently. All these beautiful CGI images, beautiful shadows. Sorry, Tony. Kind of goes against what you just said. Don't have the shadow from the sun. No, I think it does. Oh man, look, more CGI. Is that a real picture? I don't think so. Ooh. I can see the Globers sitting here and their mouth watering as we're going through this. Like, that looks so yummy. Oh, look at that. Oh, we can go there. Oh. Venus has phases. Really? Venus has phases. Okay, great. Okay, let's see if this goes on. Okay.
Tropical storm Nicole approached Florida and NASA.
It's still freezing. Sorry guys, I don't know why. It always just buffers when I'm on a stream. For some odd reason. We only see one side of the planets, just like the
NASA decided to
moon.
push back the launch attempt to the 16th instead.
Yeah,
NASA had two incredibly difficult choices. One would
Okay, remember two different incredible choices, guys. Unfortunately, I've got to pause it for a while because otherwise they don't take it as commentary, and then we get, people reporting the video as copyright claims and all that nonsense and mumbo jumbo. So we just pause it for longer. We talk about absolutely bugger all, just so it doesn't get copyright claimed. But then you get people that do commentaries like from Globers commenting other people's things, and they let it play through like for a few minutes and then only say one sentence, but it doesn't get copyright claimed, which is really weird. Yeah, just had to put that out there. Guess giants
be
in a
to
vacuum.
move the Artemis 1 SLS rocket back to the vehicle assembly.
Only from CGI, not actual footage. I don't know about that. I think the people have actually showed let's say planets from amateur astronomers. Let's see. Is this from a... I don't think so. I want to actually get some footage from actual amateur astronomers, see if we can see any shadows. Yeah. Look at that planet, guys. Okay, let's go. Maybe it's in... Doesn't have to be. Let's go to all. Maybe we'll find there somewhere. Mature. Amateur. I don't know. How does it want to spell amateur? I can't spell amateur. Okay. Rare sight for amateur stars. There's 5 planets aligned. Let's check it out. They should show. Oh wait, that's not any photos of them. They're showing alignment. Are they actually going to show? Oh man, they're not showing actual photos. Let's see. Amateur discover 4-star planet. Tiny moon. Find Saturn sized planet. Images from planets Atmos. Let's go view this. Okay, this is from an amateur apparently. So there's a shadow, but it's definitely not like the shadow they show us. Let's visit. Andrew Kwan took this image of Jupiter November 20th from his backyard already in Missouri, Ontario. I wonder if... Boop. Just looks like a normal, ordinary... It's kind of pixelated on the edge though. Later space. I don't want to subscribe, but yeah, it still shows shadow. But is it from the sun? Very, very weird. It kind of looks oddly pixelated in the edges as well. Does he have any more? Let's see. Jupiter, the largest planet in the solar system, reigns supreme in the eye-catching photo captured by a veteran amateur astronomer. The planet's icy moon Europa and volcanic satellites will make the appearance of the image. Astronomer Anacron snapped a stunning photo of Jupiter on November 20th from his backyard observatory. It's rare that seeing it allows such resolution, but it did catch some surface details on a low Europa as well as shadow transit. So is that the shadow transit? Which one is the shadow transit? Is that one? That one? Because apparently the light looks like it's coming from this direction. So how would you have that shadow or that shadow there if it's coming? I don't know. There's another one. Maybe it shows the video. Or that's just a recommended video. Is this another photo he took? Let's go. Look how out of focus that is. It looks like a light through a telescope. It sort of does. It looks like wood grain actually, if you think about it. I called today. We should actually look into this, guys. Do you guys want me to do a stream with looking at amateur astronomers' footages, and we can actually see what they're claiming to see? But this doesn't look anything like what NASA usually shows us. Let's go look what NASA shows Jupiter. Wow. Wow. Look at that. See how they show it. Look at this detail. Look at that. This is how NASA shows Jupiter, guys. Then we see how flat the image looks from that guy to this guy. Look how rounded off this looks. Look how much more shadowy this is and how much more detailed. It's almost like it's more three-dimensional. Now let's look at this one. Looks very flat. And notice the size. Obviously you've got more than one. I don't know. It doesn't look the same, does it? Something looks a bit off. Sort of like this one is three-dimensionally rendered in a program, where this one is just a photograph. Why does it look not really spherical? It looks more just like a disc. This one looks much more spherical, but this looks more disc-like to me. Yeah, it doesn't change. Tony, these things never change on NASA's. I mean, everything they take, even the aurora, stays the same. Their clouds do not change. Maybe we can get a video of it. Jupiter NASA video. Jupiter's 3D atmosphere revealed by NASA's Juno. Whoa. Let's put that music off. Why should we? Yeah, we don't want to. We don't have to. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's see. Let's see what they're showing, guys. Look at that. That's from NASA, guys. That looks so real. Wow. My mind is boggled. It's insane. Oh. Are you guys mouth watering it? Globies?
Involved with depth. And Alessandro will talk about the polar cyclones, the stability, something that we...
Okay, we don't need to talk about polar cyclones and stuff. Wow. Wow. Ooh. Almost looked like the Death Star for a moment there. Check there. It's like the failed Death Star. Zooming in. Okay, come, play it for us. Show us what's going on. We actually want to see see it in real time. We want to see it moving. We want to see the clouds moving on Jupiter. Maybe there's a better one we can see. Okay, there. This one flies past Jupiter, so this one should show right. Okay, let's go see. No, this doesn't look computer generated at all, guys. Come on. Come on, guys. You literally think this is real? Okay, I'm not gonna put the music on. Guys, you think this is real? You think this is real? Let's go back. Look at this. Look at the way the shadows come into play and how it focuses. That is not real. It doesn't do how something focuses in real life. No. No, come on, guys. And this is claimed to be real. Look at it. It's like a... No, come on. If anybody thinks this is real, then you must be smoking something. I got no words. I actually got no words. Let's suspect that I'm not on element right now, but what happened? What happened now? That is like not an element right now, as I have to catch at the shop. I just in case talk to me. Okay, shop, PJ. I'm laughing my socks off at these images, like seeing the unicorn close up. Exactly. The Globies believe this. Guys, look at this. This is not real. It is claimed to be real though. Yes, it's claimed to be real. Dustin Bone. The camera zooms in slowly, flies over the surface of GMAD, then zooms out. That's why it's claimed to be real. Juno flies past the moon. Yeah, you can see it's download fake this. Even the focusing points on here isn't working like a normal camera would. You have focus planes when it comes on a camera. Where's the focus planes on here? This is how it works as CGI. Those focus planes are not in sync with how a real camera works. Alan, it looks so... you know it's real work because it looks so fake. Oh. I think, look here. Look how it distorts when it zooms out. Check it out. Look, it changes shape. Whoop. No. And people actually think this is real. It's not like a real life video camera like your phone. You need to understand that. No, it's an actual camera taking this imagery. It has plane of focus in a camera. You do understand a camera has a plane of focus. It moves with distance. There was no plane of focus on this at all. How it works, you have depth of field. There's no depth of field ever on that whole image. There wasn't a different plane of focus based on the depth of field. Let's go. He's doing it again. Look at this, guys. I can't believe people actually believe this nonsense. What are those sparks? Check here, guys. Boop. Oh wait, I'm gonna zoom this in. Let's go. I'm lost for words, but we're looking at here. Flies over the surface of Jupiter, then zooms out, apparently. This looks like a scene from Star Wars. Like when they're coming onto Tatooine or something. No. I like how it glitches as well when it's moving. And what are those? Okay, those are supposed to be the storm. Okay. Yeah. That doesn't look fake at all. Let's go back to how those storms look when it shoots bright. There we go. Check that. Alright, let's go again. Maybe we can catch one of them. They're literally just... Oh man. It's like little dots that they're just adding onto there. Check at that. Light dots that they're just flickering on, and they're saying that's not from the storm. No. If you guys think this is real, you need to get your medication checked. I'm sorry. I literally don't have any other words for you. You can see the 3D line renderings when it goes past here. Check here, guys. Check the 3D line renderings when it passes. There we go. You can see them on the actual screen. There. That happens with the compression when you render a 3D image. It makes those lines. And guys, this is supposed to be real. Juno flies past the moon, Ganymede and Jupiter with music vibing. The camera zooms in slowly, flies over the surface of Jupiter, then zooms out. And that's what it says. By NASA. On June 7, 2021, NASA's Juno spacecraft flew closer to Jupiter icing across the moon Ganymede than any other spaceport in more than 2 decades. Less than a day later, Juno made the 34th flight by Jupiter. This animation provides a Starship Captain point of view of each flyby for both worlds. Juno images were orthographically projected onto a digital sphere. Oh, that makes sense why it's fake, guys. It's not real. They literally put it on to that. So why do they actually have to do it? Because it's not real. You would think they would just take a simple video and just show it if it was real. So it's definitely not real. Okay, let's go to another one. That was quite beautiful. Why with Nye mission to Jupiter? Let's see more. NASA science cars, new science from Jupiter. Let's see. This is their space science, guys. New science from Jupiter. So it has to be space science. Okay.
Since they hadn't. The pictures were unlike anything in the history of planetary exploration.
This looks exactly like a hyper-realistic painting you would do. When I studied art, you literally could paint these in. It looks like a painting. You know, like, let's go to... you know, like the old Renaissance realistic paints, but let's say trying to think of it, mountains maybe? Why not? landscape painting. Okay, it's not going to really work what I'm trying to show. Should be hyper realistic. Check at this, hyper realistic painting, guys. Yeah, ignorance is bliss, Ellen. Ignorance is bliss. Okay, obviously it's not good resolution to see now, but this is hyper realistic painting. It's a painting, guys. Do you see it looks real, but something looks off about it? Why is that? It's because it's not real. It's not real, guys. Just like that. It looks real, but it's not real. Just like this looks real, but it's not real. You can see the depth in the painting strokes. That's how they get it. I'm just gonna, I think, if no one thinks you can paint hyper realistic, see this, these are actual paintings, guys. I actually used this in one of my arguments before. Let me show you. You see there? Do you see the difference? What a camera does and what the painting does. You can see just in that subtle difference. It's really realistic. But which one is which? Yeah. Which one is which? According to us, there are only a few pixels that match up precisely. And these are marked with white dots in the image above. Even though we can't detect it with our eyes, most of the painted image is indeed different from the photograph. If the two images were identical, the result from kaleidoscope would entirely white as shown below. Practically that's all it is, guys. They do hyper realistic paintings like that. I want to see if I can actually find planets. Let's do Jupiter. An abstract painting, guys. There we go. Jupiter looks like an abstract painting in NASA's Juno image. Odd that they would say that. Why does it look like an abstract painting? I don't know, maybe because it's an artist that paints it. Because that is art, guys. It's painting. I don't know how am I gonna explain this to you guys. It's just, that's not actual images. Remember when you see where's that other guy, the amateur astronomer? That's how it looks. This is not how it looks. This is when you know it's fake, because they giving the story more than it needs to be. That's why. You know when it's called like a white lie, where they're actually adding tails, a longer tail to the dog? This is what they're doing. They're taking something like this and then they're creating something like this and calling it real. Whew. Very sad stuff. So, it's already gone up to 10:30, guys. How are the polls looking? 101 votes. Will it finally take off into Narnia? Yes, 31%. No, 69%. It's definitely not going into Narnia, guys. Let's just go. Why not look up real videos of Jupiter? Okay, let's do that. Real videos of Jupiter. Incredible views from of Jupiter from NASA's Juno camp. Okay, this should be real. This should be real, guys. Let's see. Wow, that's amazing stuff, guys. Look how squashed it is, by the way. So, if we compare this to what they were showing with the paintings, do they look the same, what they're showing here? Why? Look how flat this looks, guys. Alright, Alan, let me copy that. It doesn't want to work, sorry. Yeah, that's so realistic, guys. It's like insanely unrealistic. It's one of the whole bowling ball, exactly. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is what you guys see through the telescope. Love that serious face though. It's like, Thank you guys all for being here. If you guys haven't already, please just hit the like button and share so we can get it out to a wider audience while it is loading. Come on. I just want to show it. We want to see what's going on in the globe. Come on. We want to see what's real and what's fake. Come on. Come on. It's supposed to be real images, real videos happening of your Jupiter, your beloved Jupiter. Come on. It should be easy to show, but have you noticed how 90% of the things they show is all computer generated? No, Flatzoids aren't denying the reality of their own existence. We're literally showing you that you guys deny reality by believing in computer generated imagery and realistic painting and models. Faith-based. As a peer review said it, trust. Yeah, trust. Why did you guys trust what the government says? Just trust the heliocentric model. Come on, just trust us, guys. Trust is the way of the heliocentric. Okay, it doesn't want to seem to work. Sorry, guys. I did try. There we go, now it's working again. There we go. Oh, wait. I thought it's supposed to be a real thing. No. Doesn't look like... That's what they're seeing. I think that's very telling. I think this is really telling. This is what they're seeing, guys. Look how flat that looks. Does that look anything... That looks like that. Because that's what you're seeing, like a disc sort of thing. Not a sphere. Alan, you can also see this, correct? That looks a lot more like that, their so-called images. Look how flat it is. Now, does that look anything that they were showing with the videos before? No, it doesn't. This is mind-boggling. Okay, let's see if we can find some other so-called real... Remember, it says real videos of Jupiter, guys. So it's bouncing again in the evening. Good to see everyone. Hey, this Flat Earth, good to see you. Yeah, it looks like usually when I have to go sleep, all of a sudden everybody wants to come on. Yeah. But it's good to see everybody. Thank you for being here. It's just a chill tonight. Just saying, yeah, there's definitely no one's going to the moon because you cannot go to a natural violation of space. Let's see. Astronauts accidentally lose a shield in space. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did I see right there? Look. Oh, oh, oh. Did you guys see that? Did you see the pixelation? Come on. You guys had to see that pixelation there when that happened. Sort of like they added it in. Come on, I hope they're going to show it now. Are you going to lose the shield now? Let's see, let's see. Come on, come on. What is it? Ooh. Also, have you guys realized there's a lot of sound in space for a place that's not supposed to have sound? Hey, Gleam, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. I just want to see it. Because what I just saw is when it fell. Man, what is it? Because it was pixelated. I could see the pixelation. Like. Was it here? No. Ah, man, I don't know where it is. Let's just, you guys have to check it like this. Check. Look at there. Look. Oh, there we go again. Okay, keep the edge there. There we go. There you go. Check there. Check the pixelation, guys. Pixelation. Ooh. You guys can see that? Why is there so much pixelation there if this is supposed to be real? And this is from the 8K GoPro astronauts above in space. Why are they showing? Why is there so much pixelation if it's real, guys? And no, the light will not cause pixelation like that. They're not rendering quickly enough. Yep, that's it. You guys missed it already. Here's the new emojis for members. If you guys want to use these emojis, remember, do become a member. It's really, really awesome stuff. Gleam, Pentacola. In a sea pool, dearest article in Nature is there an ether. Eric, try again. Why? Okay, let's try again. Let's try it. Is it working now? Okay, now it works. But yeah, look at that. Whoop. Where is this one? I want to see it in. We're gonna see. I don't know if it's in the beginning or where it would be. Pixelations in space. Come on. Play after it. Okay. Now the container is required to keep waters out. So is the container no longer needed to keep the atmosphere here, since you also require water? Because you do really literally require containment to keep water separate as well. That's how it works. If you don't have a container, it's going to flood. Kind of makes sense, don't you think? Let's see if we can look up Tim Pyle NASA profile for a laugh. Tom Pyle NASA profile. Okay, I'll do that as soon as we finish here quickly. So I want to quickly see if we can see that pixelation here. Because this is supposed to be real, guys. Let's see, come on, show us that pixelation. Oh, I even saw pixelation here now. Look carefully on the edges. I want to slow it down. Look guys, check that pixelation there. Okay, I might have to just go back a bit more. On the edges. On the edges. Come on, come on. Oh. See how it's starting to pixelate there, guys? Now, why would it pixelate if it's supposed to be real? Why would it pixelate there, guys, if it's supposed to be real? Whoopsie. You guys are sitting with a bit of an issue, don't you think? Arkham Virus, it's not supposed to pixelate like that if it's real. The pixel is even going over this. It's bleeding over. You know, like what a blue screen does? When you get a green screen, you get what they call bleeding. It's got blue bleeding over the... Oh man, these idiots. It's literally got the blue bleeding over there. You see, it's going through there. Oh wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wait, maybe I can do this. New presentation. Okay. Okay. What's going on? See that bleeding there, guys? Shapes, circles, and see this bleeding here. Oopsie. Whoa. It's gonna go there like this. See, it's got bleeding over there, and it's got bleeding over there. And it's got bleeding. That is done by a blue screen, guys. What you get bleeding. Like you get green screen bleeding, you get blue screen bleeding too. Something that's supposed to be real, that's very fake. But let's carry on. Gleam. Yeah, I'm supposed to copy paste that again. Compile NASA profile. Okay, let's just look for a laugh quickly, so we can already see all that is fake, guys. Compile NASA profile. Is it this guy? Oh. Isn't this from that very evil eye goat image? No, I don't want. I can't because I'm banned from Twitter, so I can't sign in. Sorry. Multimedia producer for NASA and Caltech mission, including NASA Spitzer Captain LIGO, former Hollywood animator, creator of PC game Dum Dum. Do you guys see? And this is Tim Bryan NASA profile. He's a multimedia producer for NASA. Is that not a red flag for anybody? Come on. Thank you, Gleam, for bringing this up. Yeah, it's sad. Go on the Spitzer link, okay? Let's go quickly. Tim Pyle. This is a former visual effects animator for Hollywood. His credits include various Nickelodeon shows, Invader Zim, I used to watch it, SpongeBob SquarePants, features film X-Men, Looney Tunes, Back in Action, and science fiction films Red Faction, Children of Dune, for which he won an Emmy certificate in 2003. He has worked at Caltech IPAC since 2004. He develops artwork and animation for many high-profile NASA missions, including the Infrared Space Telescope, the Planet Hunting Kepler Space Telescope, and the JPL's Exoplanet Division. His work has been featured multiple times on journal, newspaper, and magazine covers. Tim also writes, directs, produces, animates, and composers music for the acclaimed educational NASA web series Irrelevant. Search for his profile as it shows the man that he made SpongeBob SquarePants and Looney Tunes. Yeah, that's what it says here, Gleep. Oh, brilliant. Guys, why would NASA require a multimedia producer that made Nickelodeon shows like SquarePants and stuff to actually come and work on their animations? Yeah. And there must be real images and videos from space. Thank you guys. Thank you Tim Pyle for showing that NASA just, yeah. If this isn't a giveaway, then I don't know. Thank you Gleam for giving that. Really, really do appreciate that. Oh man. Maybe we can get Tim Pyle, yeah. Tim Pyle, NASA. Ooh. NASA artists use science to create amazing space art. NASA art of astrophysicists. How do artists imagine Kepler? Oh, it's all the art again. All the art. Ooh. Imagining the unseen. Right back at you, Merle, yeah. I don't hate space travel, Mills. That's sad. I like Star Wars, remember? Come on. I've always wanted to go to Tatooine. Or... This is sad. Amazing space. New York Times. You may remember this article about him. He shows all those images come from little white dots. How NASA visualizes stunning worlds without really seeing them. Yep, that's it. It's this one, Art of Physics.
Scientist at IPAC, which is a science and data center for astrophysics and
astrophysics, guys. I am drinking the
planetary science at Caltech.
My name is Tim Pyle. I'm a multimedia producer.
He's a multimedia producer, guys.
At IPAC, I work with Robert.
Look at these images they're creating, guys. Yo, this is such real stuff from space. So beautiful.
We've done illustrations of regions where stars form. And
remember, illustrations, guys. Note the word, what illustrations are.
Cores, the stellar remnants after a star like our sun dies, leaving a white dwarf, a neutron star that's left.
Neutron star. I want to see where they're actually showing the real stuff. There we go. Let's see what he's saying here.
Include the diameter of the planet, its orbital period,
whether it's likely to be tidally locked, which will say something about what the planet probably looks
Oh, what's he doing here, guys?
like.
If it's less dense.
Did he not bro just add a layer onto there. Yes, he just added a layer. Let's check that again. He's adding a layer on, guys.
It looks like if it's less dense.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's
than the Earth, it might have more volatiles like water.
Yeah, there is data, you're right. All the data showing there. It's showing all the data and everything.
And it probably looks like.
Yeah, it's got all the data.
If it's less dense than the Earth, it might have more volatiles like water on it.
You see what he just rendered out there? He's showing you in a 3D render.
Is why two of the TRAPPIST planets were shown as water worlds. If it has a higher density than Earth, then it's probably a little more rocky.
Oh, so if you just claim that it's denser, then it's supposed to be a little more rocky. I like how that is. So everything is based on assumptions, guys.
I got my PhD in astrophysics from UCLA.
I'm an artist with a Hollywood background.
A lot of times I'm very focused on,
I'm an artist with a Hollywood background. I love that.
you know, the science bullet points that I'm trying to get across. We kind of cover each other's blind spots a bit. If you go back and you look at the whole history of space art and science-based illustration for, you know, reaching back many, many decades, you have...
Landscape with the Earth by Ludwig Prezik, 1963. Huh. Yeah. So
a visual history, a visual record of our evolving understanding. The art is as much history.
But I'm like saying, guys, this is TRAPPIST One Planet pile. But check here. I'm sure. iGoat. Is it iGoat 2 or I can't remember. Pet goat. Yeah, it's pet.
Hi everyone. My name.
Hi. Hi. Thank you very much. Yeah, support Ukraine. Okay, let's go on. If you guys haven't seen this, ooh, freaky stuff. Obviously, I'm not really going to show it. I just want to get to that point. Every time I watch this, I get goosebumps. It's so evil, this thing, it's not even funny. Where is it? Doesn't this remind you of something, guys? Huh. Huh. Kind of reminds you, doesn't it? Huh. I don't know. Just looks kind of similar. That's all I had to say. Kind of reminded me of that. But yeah, I pet goat.
Historical record of our changing understanding of the universe as...
thank you, Tim Pryor. NASA footage. Yeah, it's supposed to be NASA footage. Wow. This is brilliant. Thank you, Tim Pryor, for being a SpongeBob SquarePants and Invaderism. I used to enjoy Invaderism, by the way. Still enjoy SpongeBob. Thank you very much for that, Gleam. I love that. I think I'm probably going to end the show here because it is already like 11. The last 2 nights I've been having quite late nights and waking up early. So I think I need some sleep. Tomorrow night's obviously going to be another show, so do stay tuned. Thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate you all coming in. You guys have all been awesome. Thank you for all the super chats. If you guys haven't already, please just hit the like button and the share button so it can go out to a wide audience. Thank you to all my channel members and all my Patreon members that are here. You guys are all awesome. Really do appreciate all your support. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. Thank you very much. Till tomorrow night. May the pressure be with you. God bless.